Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things, right? Like you say, how like finally one of the teams takes a proper eco. I think it makes a lot of sense that it's NaVi in that boat. Not only are they CT side, but Furia, they're the kind of team that laugh in the face of danger, you know? They don't care if it's an irresponsible decision. They'll find a way to make it work, and that's part of the majesty of this Furia team. Now we see this Simple v Junior AWP battle, a B play on the cards. Now, usually NaVi have been very, very good at reading into these B plays. Simple has often been on rotation before Furia have even got out of the apartments. This round, though, he is a long way away, all the way back in CT spawn. So instead, we're looking at Flamey and Perfecto to try and hold B down. Furia moving in. Easy does it on the approach. Finally, they push through this apartment smoke and they make their presence known. Set up over in the market is Electronic. He's good for the first. Now into this deadly crossfire between Short and Jail. Perfecto loses his teammate short side, but continues to find kills, protecting this B bomb site and denying this take from Furia. It forces them to look for answers elsewhere.
Yeah, the hesitation, right? The waiting in apps, it gives Electronic time to rotate, even if it's not Simple, who's still sat on CT. And now going back to the right position, well, that third man at least baits them into the crossfire. Electronic's not done, he drops the bomb, and Boomish swings out from default at the right time as well. Far more patient than the past. NaVi on to 7. And there's a result of why they echoed the previous, right? They have the faith in the rifle rounds. They've just not really had the chance to run the rifle rounds, with Furia constantly buying back in. So NaVi, they take one breather and they come back in with a 7th. Double AWP T-side for Furia. You know, in NA, Harry, we were seeing in games where Furia would struggle, on Mirage specifically, they would be pulling out the triple AWP at times. Obviously, that was with Henny as well, as K-Serato taking it. And while still an option with K-Serato, double AWP T-side is a bold move. But if there were any team to make it work, back to A they go. It's going to be a full execute here for Furia. And with those double AWPs, running a smoke exec is going to hamstring you in clearing a lot of these close positions that NaVi could be in, such as Palace. Boomich dealing with Vinny. And now you know you can't send an AWP in there to try and find Boomich. It's got to be a rifle if you want to clear that position out. And Furia don't even decide to do so. They just bail. Yeah, this round has gone from bad to worse for Furia. And the players on B haven't faltered either. 2 still in the sight. So you've got to hope that at this point, NaVi are giving you picks in mid, but they are not.
Yeah, NaVi are very, very good at not giving away more than they have to, right? They'll work really hard to get that opening kill, and then once they've got it, you can't find them. They'll just turtle down. They'll play in these bomb sites and really minimize a lot of the risks that they take, especially versus a team like Furia. And so this cold, slow play out of NaVi, doing anything to avoid giving over a 4-on-4, is forcing Furia into a B commitment. Oh. Simple wins his fight over ARP. So one of these AWPs removed from the round. Flamey spots these Palace players as well, and the short play has been dismantled by Simple single-handedly. The rest of the gang can't get out of the apartment, and for Junior, saving is the only option left. It's a flawless round for NaVi. There's still no guarantee yet that Junior even survives with this AWP, because up through top mid, Boomich ready to try and take it away. Oh, and there he is with the swing. The death comes after the clock runs out. And so Furia might be goaded into another force buy here.
Who would have thought it? Yeah, you could see Boomich even waiting the clock out before he even went for the peak. He knew it was cool that he hits the scope rather, coming in from top mid. And so he knew exactly where Junior had to be. Just swings him after the clock. And 5 alive for NaVi, most importantly. They begin to build their bank, as well as take away Furia's Junior just with a dig. Art does have that hero AK again, but the nade is chunky, and there's more where that came from. Boom goes Junior out of the round to Flamey. Art does get the trade, but Simple missing a shot. And again, Art shows us that all you need is one weapon, and suddenly Furia have the advantage. They may be low, they may be underarmed, but scavenging guns left, right, and center, and even boosting into the window.
That's the thing about Furia, they're scrappy. They make these rounds work even when they shouldn't. And so for NaVi now, playing this sound Counter-Strike where they're just trying to hang back, they need to hold on. Boomich needs to deliver from this close angle. He sees the barrel, and there's only one for it. It's going to fall to Perfecto. This guy is often good in these clutch scenarios when it becomes, you know, a moment for him to steal away, a moment where it's just Perfecto versus the world. This is where you can get a lot of mileage out of him, but he's read this wrong. Furia have changed their course up through short and into an empty B-bomb site. The realization going to dawn on Perfecto a little too late. Now the question becomes, does he even want to give this a go? The money's there for NaVi regardless. He can look to go for this one, but he decides against it. He plays the long game.
Yeah, hard call to have to make, right? But he knows they're not going to give him any picks back in.
Oh, no.
Yeah. For a second, you think, but he's wasted so much time with the rotation at that point that it was done. He's playing for exits, and you know, if someone comes apartments, it's more likely free kills for Perfecto, with very little chance of getting away for Furia. But why would they exit into unknown territory, running around through cat and market? They guarantee at least one saved weapon, and in fact, in this case, both saved weapons. I joke, Yuri dies in apartments, in markets. It was a short plant, not a default plant. He would have survived if it was default.
That's actually pretty crippling as well. Yeah. Like you wanted those two weapons saved.
Vinny also went from 3 to 2 health.
Yeah, I was so worried they were both going to die. Like that would have been a disaster. They weren't even getting challenged.
You can survive in back market on default plant, but it wasn't default. So that is an awful shame. But yeah, for Furia, hey, if there were any team to not care about, you know, not having everything they need, it is this team. And they can buy full, they just don't have the util. And Yuri getting quick out mid is art, but Boomich is ahead of the smoke, and he's going to be able to deal with it. Fast out the ramp now, it's just getting puggy, it's getting loose, it's getting dangerous, and NaVi are punishing every player in every position. Bomb dropped back a ramp, 2 on 4 for the end of the half, and NaVi are making it look easy.
Junior going up into Palace, but up against him on the other side is Simple with that AWP. That's the play for Junior. He's waiting for that smoke to fade. Simple's getting up close and personal with his AWP. He's taking this vendetta personally. Nah, he's going up. He's looking for Junior.
Simple's the only player that actually regularly plays Balk with an AWP. But it might punish him.
Junior's not checking. They're right next to each other. Junior, your idol is in front of you, and he's dealt with Queserato right under your nose, and then gets out of there. Junior's kicking himself. He could have had that. He could have had that one in the bag, and now it's just him alive in a 1v4 again. Another clutch falling onto the shoulders of Junior, and this weight might be far too much for him to bear. 35 seconds left. The bomb dropped back at T-ramp and under NaVi control. And they're just looking to silence him out of the round, out of the game. It's NaVi up onto 9. They sport that lead. Furia just behind with 6. And if this first half is anything to go by, this could be one hell of a series. There's a second half coming up in just a moment.